I don't like cold weather. And they're calling for some wintry precipitation here tomorrow morning. I am not here for it. I am not excited about it. But I'll tell you what I am excited about. Having some really yummy warm soup made in the crock pot tonight for dinner. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. We're gonna do a week of crock pot dinners. I hear you cheering. I love the crock pot too. Mainly because by the end of the day, when it's time to cook, I'm tired. So, the crock pot is my best friend. Tonight, we're gonna have some garlic Parmesan chicken stew in the crock pot. Let's make it. Can I help you? To get started, I've got these small gold potatoes. I'm gonna quarter them and we're just going to throw them in the bottom. Next, it calls for 3 large carrots, and that's exactly what I have here. And we're just going to slice these and we're just going to throw these into the crock pot. You know what? I feel like 2 is enough because mine were very large. So I'm going to go with 2 and we're going to move on. You see this one little piece of celery? Let's have a chat. This recipe calls for 3 large carrots sliced and then 1 rib of celery. That's just 1, right? So I Googled it because that's what you do when you doubt yourself and you know that more than likely you're probably wrong. No, it is just 1. The whole thing is called a stalk. That just seems so uneven to me. Why is there just 1? But there were supposed to be 3. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. And we know that 1 is the loneliest number. That's going in. It says we need half an onion, which is what I have here. Do you remember from last week when I was struggling with this? Let's see if we struggle today. You gonna redeem yourself, buddy? Let's see. Look, that's what it's supposed to do. I don't know why last week I had such a hard time. So, that's what normally happens. Last week was odd. But I need to chop this up, so I'm gonna do that. I'll be right back. I did it quickly. I am not crying, believe it or not. But let's add this in. It says 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. I don't understand why. I want more. This is called garlic Parmesan chicken stew. We need more than 1 little teaspoon. We're going to do more like a tablespoon and a half. Salt going in. Pepper. We're almost out. I got to get some more. But that's going in. We need a teaspoon of dried parsley, so I'm going to put that in. And then it calls for a teaspoon of dried thyme. I have fresh thyme from my garden, so I'm going to get the leaves off and just throw these in, so I'll be right back. Okay, this is how we're looking so far. Now we just need to chop up our chicken and add that in. The recipe calls for chicken breasts. However, we prefer thighs, so you could definitely do this with breast if you want to. That's fine. I'm going to trim these up, but we're just going to cut them into 1-inch pieces. It says you need 3 chicken breasts, so I'm using, I don't even know how many thighs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I ended up just using 5 of the chicken thighs just because I felt like that was enough. And now we're going to pour in 2 cups of chicken broth. All right, now it says to cook it on low for 4 hours, but I'm going to do more like high, because I just know my slow cooker and I feel like this is, in order to soften these potatoes and all of that, I'm gonna need to do it on high. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's put the lid on it and set this to high for 4 hours. I will check on it in a little while just to make sure, but that should be good. In the morning when I get up, before I have my first cup of coffee, I always drink a big glass of water. There are several benefits for drinking water first thing in the morning, but along with my water for the last 3 months or so, I've been taking Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic. Seed offers their plant-based prebiotic and 24-strain probiotic in their product called DS-01 Daily Symbiotic. I take 2 capsules each morning with my water, and these capsules are really cool and super advanced because of all the science and research that went into them. Seed created the 2-in-1 ViaCap delivery technology, where the prebiotic is in the outer capsule and the probiotic is in the inner capsule. That way, that inner capsule will make it all the way to the end of the small intestine, where you will actually get the full benefit of the probiotic. I have had healthy regularity, no gut discomfort, and my body just feels great since I've started taking DS-01. Not only does it support digestive health, but it supports healthy gut immune function, it promotes heart health, it supports healthy skin, and it supports the natural production of vitamins like B9, B12, and folate. I also love that DS-01 is free from gluten, soy, dairy, peanuts, GMOs, preservatives, and animal products. In your first order, you're going to get this glass jar filled with your first month's supply of your DSO1. And you're also going to get this little travel jar, which is great if you're going on vacation or if you're not going to be taking your DSO1 at home, if you're going to take it on the go each day. Now, at the end of that first month, when it's all empty, do not throw this away. Your monthly refills will come in a package that looks like this. This is a home compostable bio-based pouch that you can just tear open and pour directly into your empty jar. There's a lot less waste that way. DSO1 has really been a great decision for my gut health and just overall how my body feels. And I've been super impressed with it. So if you've ever thought about giving it a try, now is the time. Just check the description box below. There's going to be a link there and you can use the code Mandy25 to get 25% off of your first month's supply plus free shipping. It is a great decision for your gut health and so much more. So I highly recommend it. It has been about 3.5 hours and this is done. So at this point we need to add in, we're gonna get cheese in just a second. I promise. Can you give me just a second? I love that girl. I love you. You're the best one. We need 2/3 a cup of heavy whipping cream and a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch, and we're gonna mix that here. Now, if you cooked yours on low, at this point you'll want to turn your crock pot over to high. We want it to bubble a little bit. Oh, I'm making messes in true Mandy fashion. And in all transparency, Stephen just left to go get us some Parmesan cheese to go in this because I thought I had some, and I did not. So, he's at the grocery store while I make messes. I didn't realize I did that too. Whoop. Let's go over to the crock pot. Okay, and we're just gonna let this hang out for another 30 to 60 minutes. We're just gonna do 30. You also add Parmesan cheese at this point. I will be adding that in just a second. And Stephen gets back from the store. We are back in business, friends. Stephen was gone for not very long. He was very quick. We've got Parmesan cheese, and I'm not gonna measure it. It says about 1/3 a cup, so, oh, there we go. I'm just gonna do it till it feels right, as my Nana would say. Nana, how do I make your biscuits? Well, you add some flour and some buttermilk, and you start mixing that around until it feels right. Nana, how much is that? Honey, till it feels right. That's just how our Nanas, that's how they cook. And they were the best cooks. Can I get an amen? Amen. I'll add just a little bit more because, yeah, it doesn't feel right yet. Oh, my crusty bread is ready. I need to go get it out. Oh no, that is a tragedy. Did you see that? I'm gonna eat it. That should be about right, babe.
I ain't done yet.
This ain't Olive Garden, huh? I said when, you said no, when.
You didn't say the magic word.
There we go. We're good. Our house has been smelling good all afternoon. And we need a little bit of crusty sourdough baguette. If that don't warm you up, I don't know what will.
Very good chicken stew is what this is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Holden's Ranch with some pizzazz.
Holden's Ranch with some pizzazz.
It's definitely got some extra flavoring in there with the carrots.
Yeah.
And whatever other seasonings you got in here.
I've got some fresh thyme from our garden.
That is good.
You'll have to tell us below if you know what he's referring to when he says Holden's Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
If you're from the Spartanburg, South Carolina area, you probably know.
That's super, super duper good.
The soup
It's
is
like
super good?
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
Super soup?
Super soup. Super duper super scooper.
Yeah, be careful there. Alright, I'm gonna dig into my crusty bread. Get it? I've already been eating on my bread. I mean, yeah. I told you I had cheese and I didn't give you any.
That bread is pretty stout.
Lou. Did I forget to give you cheese? She's like, I'm not even gonna look at you. I'm mad at you.
That bread is good, but it's liable to break your jaw.
Well, it's a baguette, baby. You gotta be careful. The inside's real soft. The outside.
Yeah, the outside's like biting into a turtle.
I'm shaking the camera. Biting into a turtle. Oh my gosh, I love you. All right, I'm gonna eat. I'll get you cheese in a minute. I'm sorry. What?
And I'm gonna gonna give me some more of the turtle bread.
He's gonna get some more turtle bread. He's also getting more stew. This is so good. And I love the chicken thighs.
Can't use white meat for this.
Baby, yes they can if they want to.
Well.
You ain't gotta eat it. Break your turtle open and be quiet.
Put your dark meat in there.
I need to get some chicken for Gracie, so I'm gonna work on that. I'll be right back. I'll show her getting chicken. Don't worry. I love you. I love you so much. There you go. You like it? Oh, we did like it. Okay, let me get some more. Hang on. Well, honey, she's kidding me. It was good. It was real good. Are y'all ready for another Crockpot recipe? Because I'm ready to make one. Today we are having Creole chicken and sausage in the Crockpot. We will make rice to go along with it later today, and I think I'll make some green beans too. So I say later today, I mean in just a couple of minutes, because quite honestly, this morning when I put it all in the Crockpot and filmed that part, my hair was up in a towel. I had just started getting ready for the day, so I wasn't on camera. So I'm introducing it now, but I'm gonna take you back to this morning when I put it all together. I'm about to do a couple more things now before it's ready. So I'll catch you here again in just a second. Okay, to get started, I'm going to slice this andouille sausage. We really don't have much chopping. We just have to chop this and an onion, and that's it. Okay, all of that is chopped. Let's throw it into the crock pot. Okay, that one's done. Learned that trick from y'all. If you have a cutting board that's sliding all over the place, put a wet paper towel down. Fixes everything. Let's dump that in. Now we just need to add in about 1 pound of chicken breasts. We're gonna shred this later, so you just add it in as is. I cut this one in half. A couple of cloves of minced garlic. We need 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. I'm just gonna eyeball this, boop, just for good measure, you know. We need 2 teaspoons of Creole seasoning, a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. We need a can of diced tomatoes. This is petite diced just because Cole does not love the texture of larger pieces of diced tomato. I've got this large can of tomato sauce. I only need about a 1/2 cup, so I'm not gonna do even quite half of the can, but I'll save the rest of it. And then we need 1 1/4 cups of chicken broth. And that is gonna do it for now. We will add a couple more things later today before we serve it, but for now, that's it. I'm just gonna put this on low for about 6 hours. You could do high for about 3 if you wanted to. And we're back. It's been like 2 seconds for me, but you got to see me put this in the crock pot this morning. Now we're gonna shred some chicken. It's been about 4 hours since I put it in, just a little over 4 hours. My chicken is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and shred it. Let me grab the handy dandy. Let's shred this. I feel like it's a wand, a magical wand. Little editing magic, you ready? Bibbity, bobbity, boo. That's so good. You know I love my little stupid jokes. All right, I got jokes. We got shredded chicken. Let's add a couple more things. So you can add a can, this is optional, you can add a can of black beans. I did kind of drain and then rinse it in the can. I'm gonna chop up this bell pepper and we're gonna add it in now. The bell pepper is also optional. I like that we add it in here at the end, so it's still gonna have some crispiness to it. So at this point, we're just going to let this sit in here for another 20 to 30 minutes, just long enough for me to make the rice. So I'm gonna go make rice, and I will see y'all back in just a bit. What you think?
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. Spicy. Definitely some Creole flavors in there.
Good.
For sure. I mean, you can't go wrong with smoked sausage.
Right.
I mean, I just one of my favorite things in the wide world. So really enjoy that. Get some of these veggies.
Okay. They should still have a little crunch to them.
Very good.
Because I didn't add them in until the end. So, how's the chicken? Is it okay? Okay. You probably would have preferred thighs, right? And if I would have had thighs, I would have done that, quite honestly. But for those of you in the NOLA, Louisiana area, you have to tell me: is this closer to a gumbo or a jambalaya? Because to me, this reminds me of like a jambalaya, but it is a little bit saucier, more like a soup. But the flavors are great. This is so good.
The broth is really flavorful.
Yeah, it has a
got
lot of
good
flavor.
in
Yeah.
there. Yes.
Well, that sausage was cooking in there all day too, so that helps. But another option was to throw some brown sugar in there, which I thought was kind of odd. Would you have done it?
Probably.
All right, so you can definitely try the brown sugar in there. And we're gonna have leftovers for tomorrow, so that's even better. This is spicy Mississippi pot roast. So let's do it. This is pretty much exactly like a regular Mississippi pot roast. We're just making a couple of changes. One of those changes is this is a spicy ranch pack, a pack of au jus. 1 stick of butter is just gonna lay on top. And then instead of pepperoncinis, you're going to use hot chili peppers. I'm gonna insert a picture here of the kind that she used. I looked at 2 different grocery stores. They were completely out of those. So we're just gonna go with these jalapeno peppers. There we go. Best invention ever. So we need about half of the juice of this jar. I wish these were whole peppers like she uses, but we're just gonna do what we can. I'm gonna put the lid on this and we're gonna let it cook low and slow all day, and I'll see y'all back here in a little bit. This has been cooking all day. I just turned it over to warm because it is more than ready. Now I'm gonna make some mashed potatoes to go with it. This has been smelling up our kitchen all day. Gracie Lou is all about it too. Gracie, this is very spicy, sweetheart. You can't have this. Okay, let's put some taters on our plate first. How about it?
Taters.
Taters.
That is the proper terminology, isn't it?
Mm-hmm, taters.
This is going to be amazing. I know it's going to be amazing. I can smell it. I can see it. The juice in this, the gravy and everything. I mean, look at this. Wow. That's tons of flavor and spicy.
Yes.
Oh, man, but it just melts like butter. It is spicy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It is spicy.
Good. I'm so glad.
I love it. Oh, and the meat just melts.
Yeah.
It just melts. And with that gravy, the flavor in that gravy.
I had a feeling this was going to be a huge hit.
This is probably the most flavorful roast beef in the crock pot I've ever had.
Okay. And y'all, I've had just 2 bites and I can confirm that.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's the best roast beef recipe I've ever had in my life. It's changed my life.
In your how many years?
Changed my life.
How many years?
Over 40.
Over 40?
Listen, I don't know why it is so tremendously flavorful, but I feel like that's the way Mississippi pot roast should be.
Yeah, I agree. Let me explain something though about the spiciness. It's not spicy as in my mouth is on fire.
It's like a bite. It's like it just bites you real quick.
It's just so quick. And most of the spiciness is in that kind of gravy sauce stuff. Because, you know, I poured the jalapeno juice in there. So that's where the spiciness lies. So the more that you put on there, the spicier it gets. But if you like spicy, you have to make the spicy version of Mississippi pot roast. As always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That does help out my channel. Leave a comment below. And don't forget to go check out Seed. It really does help with digestive health. And if you're interested in trying it, if you use the link down in my description box and use the code Mandy25, you're going to save 25% on your first month's supply. Plus, you're going to get free shipping. See y'all next time. Bye.